Hello, my name is James Robinson, and welcome to my channel, Real Solutions. I first want to apologize to my subscribers and the listeners for taking so long to get back with you. However, I'm now back. I have a video that I think that will thoroughly be nourishment to your soul. So here we go. I want to ask, have you heard the quote, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience, but instead we are spiritual beings having temporary human experiences"? I find this quote to be a very profound quote. Reason being because I often run into people and I ask them, "What's your faith?" And people will say, "Well, I'm spiritual." I love it when I hear that. The reason I love it so much is that it tells me that people are aware that there is a power that's connected to their soul. And why is this important? It's important because in this life that we live, in this journey of life, there's going to be pain. It's going to be a lot of pain. And it's so liberating and sometimes comforting to know that we have a built in power that is designed to make sense of the pain. So that leads me to the title of this video, Purpose in the Pain. Okay, so we will not live our lives without experiencing some emotional pain. It is a part of life. You know, pain is oftentimes the result of our relationships with other people. Spoiler alert, it is impossible to avoid interactions with other people. Therefore, pain itself is unavoidable. What I mean by that is that we will be born into a family. We will have a father, a mother, siblings, aunts, uncles, and just a host of other family members. And with these relationships, there will be moments of pain. We will grow up and develop friendships, and sometimes friends will disappoint us, which will cause some pain. We will move into our careers, and on our jobs and our careers, we will have colleagues, and sometimes conflict can create. And as a result of this, there will be an element of pain. And lastly, thank God, we will have intimate and romantic relationships. And as great as that is, intimate and romantic relationships, however, are the leading cause to the emotional pain that we experience. However, I would like to suggest that there is purpose in the pain. And I want to go a step further and say we should embrace the pain that we experience. Embracing the pain is so necessary in order for us to find the purpose behind the pain. However, what we do instead of embracing the pain, we would much rather self-medicate, and we do this a number of ways. We do it by, the consumption of alcohol, or through sex, or drugs, or just a host of other distractions. And when we do this, what we do is kind of bury the pain and the purpose that's in that pain deep within our soul. Our soul is not designed to be the host of anger. The reason I say that is because sometimes knowingly and unknowingly, hurting people will aim their hurt at other people. Have you heard the saying, hurting people hurt other people? Well, there's a lot of truth to that when it comes to people who have stored a lot of anger in their soul. So one would ask the question, why do we need to face the pain? And what does facing the pain look like? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. The reason we need to face the pain is because we need to understand the purpose behind that dark place, or that painful place, if you will. As hard as this is to digest, we were born to experience, process, and grow from the painful experiences we have. The lessons and instructions found in pain is truly designed to make us wiser, more complete people, and stronger. I say stronger because we need this strength. This strength will strengthen our soul. And in doing so, it will trump any anger or hate that's trying to enter our soul and take residence there. So how do we achieve this peace? We get out of our own heads. We push back the flawed thinking that tries to take residence in our mind. And I think it's very important that we don't allow the negative thoughts to take the lead when we're in a dark place. Instead, we have to tap into that power and let that power that's connected to our soul take the lead. Another way to achieve this peace is to take the higher road, meaning we get to a quiet place and listen to what the soul/spirit is trying to say to us. Let's say, for example, a close friend betrays you in a way that really hurts. And your first response is, I'm gonna get even. But instead, the soul would say, sit back for a moment and assess the character of this person who hurt you. And then to take it a step further, assess your character or lack thereof. Meaning, why would I attach so closely to someone who may have a high likelihood of hurting me? In other words, it's not so much about the person who caused the pain. It could often be about the receiver of the pain. That could be a lesson that could keep us from having multiple episodes of the same types of pain. So as we come to our conclusion, I always give homework assignments with my videos. And in this assignment, I want to ask you to pair up with someone who you truly trust. And it's very important that this is someone that you trust. I think it's great to have an accountability partner, but someone who you trust. First question, ask yourself, am I living from a space of pain? Some people have been hurting for so long that they've become used to the pain and anger that is accompanied with the hurt. If so, ask yourself, who or what hurt me? Now, this is a very, very vulnerable question to ask to yourself, much less to someone else. So that's why it's very important that you're processing this with someone you trust. And lastly, I need you to ask yourself, do I truly understand what it means to not be led by my mind and my body, but instead be led by my soul/spirit? If you don't, then just continue to follow these videos, because it's my hope that I will give more enlightenment on mind, body, and soul, and how to let the soul take the lead and not be led by our flesh and by the thoughts that are produced from our mind. I sincerely believe that the joy waiting on the other side of pain is greater and that the light is brighter. I just want to ask that you keep this in mind. We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are instead spiritual beings having temporary human experiences. So, in my final closing, as I always say, if this video has been nourishment to your soul, I want to ask that you, one, like, subscribe, and most importantly, forward it to someone you care about, someone who's close to you who you think will benefit from this video. As hard as it may be sometimes, we are indeed our brother's keeper.